Johnson, Jamie Caven against Christian Kist, and Gerwyn Price against Tony Newell, among others. I'm Dan Dawson, and Paul Nicholson, former major title holder, sat alongside me for the first game of the night.
Yeah, we hope Frosty the Throw Man doesn't melt on the stage. He's off for the walk-on gills by the looks of it. He looks to be in a very good mood tonight, Mark, which is good to see. But Stefan Stoyke up against it, has played on the European Tour before and hasn't picked up a victory yet. We'll talk about that more in a little while. But here we go. First match of the night.
First leg, 7 to throw first. Game on.
So it is Stefan Stoyke, the 44-year-old from Basel, who has the advantage of throwing first in this one. Stoyke, a man who
41.
started playing darts about 20 years ago, but it was soft tip that he played, and he played that for a long, long while before he stuck his toe into the water of steel tip darts.
41.
There's a lot of soft tip in Germany, but the influx of the PDC Europe circuit now makes a lot of these soft tip guys want to try the steel tip range, and
100.
it seems to be working pretty well for some of these guys.
Well, yeah, that's where there's some serious money to be made. I mean, Stefan Stoyke, just by getting to this stage, is guaranteed £1,000.
60.
If he wins, he can stick another 500 quid on top of that. And obviously, it goes up and up if you go any further. He is yet to win on the European Tour stage. This will be his 4th attempt. The first time he's played here in Dusseldorf, so one of the ever-present venues on the European Tour in its current incarnation.
Yeah, he's racking up a few different venues that he's played at. He's played at Sindelfingen, which we're going to be going to in September.
100.
He's played at Innsbruck, where he lost to Roby John Rodriguez, and he's also played in Munich, so I think he's trying to get the collection.
That's it. You've got to catch them all.
Got to catch them all. Hashtag Pokemon Go.
Ah, the Icelandic chant
98.
starts up for the first time. And Frosty likes it. The only man from Stoke who's been enthusiastic about that little chant of late.
The Icelandic
60.
chant for Frosty the Throwman.
Ah.
There's a lot of puns in there.
There is. Not going to touch him though. Stoyke looks downstairs at the 19s.
95.
And gets one treble. Had it just been a 57, it would have left him 160.
Stoyke strikes me as
60. Stefan Uri
Steady.
122.
at this stage. Doesn't look like the sort of red carpet Hollywood player who'd want to go up there and cause some trouble, but it's nice steady action. I think Frosty is just
54.
biding his time to get into this game. It hasn't happened in this leg, but maybe he'll switch on in the next leg. You never know, if he puts some pressure on here. Stoyke isn't guaranteed this leg yet.
60.
Well, at least he
Stefan Uri
stayed straight there
68.
and left the Shanghai finish if Stoyke doesn't take out the 68. But it's not a leg that anybody will be shouting about particularly. Double 16 for 1-0. And the German goes into the lead, and it's
Stefan
the
Stoyke.
first time we've been able to say that.
Second
today,
leg
the
mark to
European
throw
darts are.
first.
He's
Game
definitely
on.
got the crowd behind him, that's for sure.
Well, that's
But
it.
here we go.
You know, you've got 2,000 fans who are getting increasingly
81.
more lubricated as the day goes on. They've had 2 German players up there, and they've just not been given anything to shout about. Fabian Hertz had a nightmare, and Martin Schindler in the early stages could not get close in his game with Kim Viljanen. So it's not as if they've had a great
98.
deal to G them up, and for these German players to try and use the advantage of having the crowd with them. If Stoyke can, you know, keep it close, or maybe he runs away with it, who knows?
100.
But you would think that the crowd will be urging him home.
Well, they're definitely going to try. I mean, they did their best for the German players this afternoon. And later on tonight, when Max Hopp plays against Andy Bolton, we know
58.
they're going to be vocal.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we hear the marvellously creative chant of hop, hop,
60.
hop, 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 quite a long time before he even takes the stage here in Dusseldorf.
It's like the record gets stuck.
I like it. At least they're chanting about the dance.
Yeah, I'm with you. Keep the football chant.
140.
I'll have a dart chant any day of the week. What we should do is take the Colo Touré chant and put a couple of dart players' names in
100.
there.
A couple of dart playing brothers. I only think it's Steve and Tony West, but I'm sure there are more.
Kim and Ronnie Hybrids.
Kim and Ronnie Hybrids, there we go.
95.
Maybe too many
Mark
syllables.
Require
Yeah.
160.
We'll work on it. Now then, Frosty. Now then, Frosty. Ooh, needed another treble for a go at double top.
100. Stephanie Require 110.
That's good, though. That's a good layup. Interesting. Now we need to treble 20. Interesting to go for the 54 first. I haven't seen that before, but he's got his own way going.
58. Mark Require 60.
There's only one way to go for this. Middle of the bed for the 20. Perfect. Over the top of the flight for tops. And a good guide. Should be underneath.
40.
But not that much underneath.
Stephanie Require
That now
52.
presents Stoyke with an opportunity to break and have some breathing room.
Wow, 20 for double 16 or 12 for tops. It's going to be the former. Double 16 for 2-0. And there
shot
it
in the
is.
second
And you
leg.
cannot fault
Stefan
Stefan
Stoyke.
Stoyke's finishing.
He likes double 16
Third
so
leg,
far.
Stefan to throw first. Game on.
I think Frosty in the background is just smiling away saying, oh boy, what have I let myself in for? But I tell you what, look at Stoyke when he throws. That's like an early Magnus Carus.
140.
We said that the young Austrian that we were talking about in Vienna looked very much like Chris Mason the way he threw. As soon as I started to watch Mr. Stoyke throw, I thought that reminds me of a 1994 Magnus Carus against Bobby George. Very deliberate, outside elbow.
I can see where you're going with that.
55.
Tell you what, he's still playing some good darts. Magnus Carus.
Just the fact that he's still playing competitive after all this time is a marvel.
Well, recently had the World Match
125.
Play and likes of King and Beaton,
Yep.
still fighting for places in the quarters. Just goes to show, if you do things right over the course of time, you'll still stick around.
60.
And Magnus Carus looks better than ever for me.
Oh, Carris not able to make this tournament, but we have seen him on the European Tour. He's still
60.
turning up, still winning games.
Mark Frost's been playing a long time.
Yeah, he has.
First time I came across Mark in the late 90s playing for his county. But he's not in the game right now.
140.
So Stoyke is having his best performance on the European Tour so far, but there's still a long way to go. And I think it's time that Frosty turned that smile upside
60.
down,
Stephanie
Got on with the
Require
game.
106.
because he's under the cosh now.
Oh, well,
It's got to be a 14, surely.
that was the plan. I can assure you, and that is the first time we've seen Stefan Stoyke, the mask slip, and him show a little bit of
74.
frustration. But he will come back with 3 darts at double 16. Frost, doesn't matter how good you are, you're not going to take out 171. And he was good last time out in the European Tour as well, in Austria. Probably should have beaten
57.
Michael Smith.
Stephanie Require 32.
Yeah, took out Mike Zeidvik that Friday.
Oh, he's missed double 16 for once.
But
it is only once because he pins it second
Stefan
dart.
Stoyke.
And quite frankly, Stefan Stoyke has been pretty clinical once he gets a dart at a double. All right, he might have had one in that previous visit, but
Fourth
missing
leg
a big
Mark
number.
to throw first. Game on.
Am I right, Dan, by looking at the back of Stefan Stoyke's shirt, it says the calm.
The calm, yes. So right up there with
95.
Mensur Suljevic, the gentle, in terms of completely unthreatening darting nicknames. May as well be called the kitten or the puppy or the tiny baby rabbit. But he's very calmly going about his business.
100.
And Mark Frost is in a bit of trouble here. Certainly can't afford to go 4-0 down with 2 breaks.
Absolutely not. Trying to think of a pun
45.
that got me from the calm to Frosty the Throw Man. And I couldn't quite get there.
Again, it's another one we're going to have to work on. But we may not have a great deal of time to do so before the end of this match if Stefan Stoyke carries on doing what he's doing. Because, all right, he's not scoring brilliantly, and there's
60.
a case in point. But once he gets down to the end of legs, well, he's not really missing double 16.
He's really not. And you were right in what you're saying.
94.
Mark played very, very well in Austria. And I thought to myself, the way he was playing that week, that might have been a real springboard for his season. And to get this draw, someone who has not won on the European Tour before,
60.
it must be Christmas, he'd be saying to himself. Maybe that's why he was so relaxed at the start of the game, but maybe he should have just been a bit more pumped up.
It's,
Doesn't seem to be happening for him at the moment.
no, not right now. It has to be said. I mean, I know the qualifiers for
53.
this was some time ago. It qualifies for 2 European Tour events, so that the last one and this one. But I mean, in those, he saw off the dangerous ladders. Dave Ladley 6-1, Michael Barnard
81.
6-0, and then he saw former world champion Mark Webster, who we know has been playing some very good darts over the last few months, notwithstanding 4 legs at the end of his game with Adrian Lewis in the match play.
Yeah.
84.
As for Stefan, he took out Kevin Knopf, and Knopf, I believe, means button in German.
Thank you very much.
I learnt that from an app on my iPhone. Thank you very
right.
much. And Alexander Tauber and Sasha
100. Argue require 130.
This would be a good way to get back in the game.
Needs a treble. Gets the treble. Where are you going, Frosty? Back to the middle of the board. He just shuffled over to find his way to the treble bed, and well, he recentered
85.
but was
Stefan
unable to
Uriquois,
find the bullseye.
100.
Now, Stoyke. Treble 20 for tops. Oh, treble 19, double 19. Ooh, not far away, but far enough. And Mark Frost is finally...
25.
Dear me.
Argue require 45.
Finally, Frosty gets a realistic chance. And that's in the 12, yeah. So that's going to cost him a dart, and that's careless. Oh, that's careless as well. My word, man, what are you doing?
29. Stefan, you require 75.
Well, what do you think about that? Well, he's not going to go for double 16 in this combination because you've got to go for treble 17, which he's done. That leaves tops. And he's got it.
Shot in a full flip.
Oh, that is a real
Stefan
kick
Stoyke.
up the backside to Mark Frost. He'll be thinking, is it Friday the
Fifth leg,
13th?
Stefan to throw first.
I think Frosty
Game
the
on.
throw man is melting up there. But Stoyke on his doubles, very impressive.
He's missed 1 dart at doubles, and that was what he pinned with the very next dart on the same visit. So it's not as
60.
if he's passed up an opportunity to Mark Frost. Unlike, Frosty didn't get a dart at a double air. He should have had 2.
140.
It's a good response from him, but 4-0 down is a very, very difficult position from which to come back. We did see earlier on, of course, Robbie Green and Darryl Gurney.
45.
Darryl Gurney coming back from 4-1 down, and very nearly 5-1. Robbie Green with the top average of the day so far. Still got knocked out.
60.
Not all about averages this game.
Certainly isn't. There's a lot of guys in the crowd with sunglasses on, and I assure you folks, they're not fans of mine. I think the sun's in here because it's very warm.
Some of them might
80.
be fancy you.
There might be 1 or 2 left out there. Frosty to me seems
91.
like he's throwing slightly slower. Maybe half a second, 3/4 of a second slower. And that can make a difference. I noticed in his first visit to this to the board in this leg, it was a little bit quicker and it was so much better. Maybe that's what he's got to do to just stepping off his
134.
rhythm a bit. Maybe just play a little bit faster.
Well, down to a makeable finish of 110. It's only makeable if you hit all the right numbers, but grimace from Stefan Stoyke there as he pulls one into the treble 5.
55.
A little bit
Argue require
disappointing.
110.
This has got to go. And it might. Got the single this time.
90.
Doesn't get the double.
Stefan, you require 127.
So, another opportunity. And I didn't think we'd be saying this at the beginning of the match. Stoyke for 5-0. Got to go treble 19 now. Almost. Might look good in the air. But it's a good
99.
setup. The pressure's on.
Argue require 20.
Good double for Mark this. It's a lovely guide. It's like a barn door.
10.
But he still can't hit it.
Well, just pick one. There's the 2 barrels
Stefan, you
perfectly
require
placed there. If he cannoned
28.
off either of them, it would have just nestled in the double 10. But Stoyke's not missing his doubles. He is not missing his doubles. He is not missing his doubles.
Game shot and a fifth leg.
5-0 to the
Stefan
German.
Stoyke.
And Mark Frost, well, we may
Sixth
be
leg
about
mark
to see
to throw first.
the second whitewash
Game
of today. One was dished out to a German, one maybe about to be dished out by a German.
Well, you mentioned earlier
60.
that Stefan Stoyke is a soft tip player, and soft tip players don't miss their doubles. It's a big mindset thing, because when they're on that board, yes, the doubles are bigger, but when you go to the board, you have the same mindset. Oh, double,
81.
just hit it.
Oh, and you cannot fault his doubling. I mean, look, it's 62%, 63%, but those 3
85.
missed ones were all in visits where he pinned it on that visit. So he has not given Frosty an opportunity. Essentially, it's 5 doubles hit from 5 visits to the board.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's almost, you could give him 100%
121.
because he hasn't slipped on a chance.
There's
60.
still a trace of a smirk on Frosty's face, but there was a bit of... I'm not sure how you would describe it.
Disdain.
Yeah.
171.
Wow.
Well, that was definitely from the soft tip playbook.
Wow. Well, that's not a bad response.
140.
I was just going to say, sometimes it just doesn't go for you. And on this occasion, I think for Mark Frost, he's just saying, wow, what has happened? But Stoyke, will he stay there? He's got 74 left. He went for treble 14. Now he's got 63, so he can leave this very handy.
82.
He'll have to cushy little two-darter,
156.
but to stay in the match and to get a leg.
Surely not Mark Frost. Surely not Mark Frost!
Game shot in a
You
sixth
haven't hit a
leg.
double all game,
Mark Frost.
and you take out a 156 to stay alive against a man who's not missing his doubles.
Seventh
and
leg,
they've left
Stefan
46
to
for the
throw
match.
first.
Yeah, you celebrated,
Game on.
Frosty.
We have another Stoke player doing the Icelandic chant. And if you had
57.
6-0 to Stoyke on your betting slip, you can now put it in the bin.
Wow.
Because Mark Frost is still in this match. We have seen it in the past.
100.
Someone's been 5-0 up, then all of a sudden it all turns. So stay tuned, folks. This isn't over.
No, it is not. Oh, look at this. Stefan Stoyke.
121.
With everything put aside, Stoyke's just played better.
There's... It's
100.
been a curious game. I mean, if you looked at the stats, there's not a great deal in them. No, it's low 80 average for the pair of them. But Stoyke was very, very nearly. But for one
99.
incredible shot from Mark Frost, Stoyke was odds on to go and win that 6-0. Frosty's still in there.
97.
97 keeps him interested in this leg, and he's going to force Stoyke to go and win it. And he is a man who's never won on a Euro Tour stage, so this would be a big thing
180.
for Stefan Stoyke. Stephen Bunting, world champion, awaits in round 2 for whoever comes through this one.
This is probably the biggest game. Well, definitely if you steel tip like that's for sure.
134.
But he's going to have to do it the hard way. He's been put under
106.
pressure here. Really good 1-3-4 from Frosty. But he's going to get a shot at a double. He should. The last time he went for the 14, he missed it. He's got it this time, nice and high. So double 16 to go through.
90.
Can't say you didn't have a shot this
Mark, you
time.
require 70.
Will Frosty rescue it again? That's 18, so 52. Double 16 to stay in the match.
54.
Not to be. So Stoyke coming
Stefan,
back
you require
to win it.
16.
Well, for the first time in the match, he missed in a visit and gave his opponent another go back at the board, but he's got 3 darts in his hand. That looks a decent marker for double 8. Oh, it's another one. Just pick one and bounce off it.
No score.
Wow, 4 match darts missed
Mark,
by
you
Stefan
require
Stoyke.
16.
And it's not just Mark Frost who's feeling the heat.
Do you think he's going to hit this? I do.
You'd be right.
In the 7th leg.
He's off
Mark
again to
Frost.
celebrate. This is not over yet, folks.
The pressure builds leg on leg.
8th leg Mark
It's very
to
hard
throw
to cross
first.
that line if you haven't done it
Game
before.
on.
He's flicking his flights in the background. You think, Just keep your focus, keep your composure, just do what you've done the rest of the match. But Frosty is going to clip at your heels,
81.
leg by leg, using that experience and try to stop you crossing that line.
Well, this is kind of just a free roll now from Mark Frost. Having gone 5-0 down, he looked, just the way he was
96.
carrying himself on stage, like a man who just resigned himself to, look, I'm going out here, I might get a leg. Somehow that 156 got one leg on the board.
99.
He survived 4 match darts now, and he's just got a free go to try and win as many legs as possible. It'd be very interesting if Frosty does play well over the next couple of legs
68.
and win them both, if he himself starts to tighten up a bit, if the win becomes a very real possibility in his mind. Because at the minute, I still think he's
100.
just throwing like a man who thinks it's a bit of fun.
Well, I can attest to this because I remember playing in Sindelfingen in 2013. I beat Ronnie Huybrechts in the first round, and in the second round,
140.
I got to the venue about 4 hours too early because I looked at the timesheet wrong. So I thought, that's okay, I'll just do a bit of extra practice. I played Colin Lloyd last game that night. I was 5-1 down, 165.
83.
And I was feeling back then exactly what Mark's feeling now. I'm out. I'll just go and play some nice darts. I ended up winning the match and getting to the final. Sometimes things just work for you.
Wow. It would be long odds for Mark Frost to win the match from here. It would be long odds for him to go on and make the final.
But if he
30.
did,
But it might happen.
if he wins the match, it'll all be
138.
about that 156.
And that visit there from Stoyke was the visit of a man who, is obviously pretty nervous.
32.
That wasn't great
Stefan
for Mark
Uruguay,
Frost, but he's likely
167.
to come back and have another go at the 106.
And Frosty knew that that was an opportunity to put that a lot lower and put the pressure on, but the pressure's still on. Just look at his face.
What is going on?
He is feeling the tension now.
24.
Wow,
Mark Uruguay, 106.
106 for a third leg. Well, treble 17 for Bull. Bullseye Frosty, just a little look.
What's he going to do?
Surely he's got to go for it.
He's not. He's playing the main game.
66. Stefan Uruguay, 143.
Now then, Stoyke, what have you got? Can you make him pay?
Oh,
He
boy.
might. He might. What a way to win it.
Great effort. I love it when people
111.
do this because you find
Oh,
out,
Uruguay,
all right, you
40.
think I can't hit this? I'm going to have a crack at it. But it's paid off
in
this
eighth
time.
leg. Mark Frost.
And he's getting closer.
Ninth leg,
closer and
Stefan
closer.
to throw first. Game on.
A dangerous game being played by Mark Frost there, and he very nearly was made to pay the penalty. But Stefan Stoyke still has the throw in this
77.
leg, and if we looked any further, the deciding 11th leg if we went that far. And we might do.
140.
I'm going to put it out there, Dan. I think if Frosty wins this leg, he wins the match.
Oof. Well, I think he may have to rely on Stoyke missing another double or two, but
140.
from a man who was not missing anything earlier on in the game when it came to the business end of legs, Stefan Stoyke. Oh, the nerves
100.
appear to be jangling.
This is a good leg, actually. Good start from Stoyke. Because the pressure is building on him leg by leg. What a dart that is. Brilliant.
140.
Very impressive from Stefan Stoyke.
Frosty's got to hit a 60.
60.
doesn't. So
Stefan
6
Uruguay,
darts from 144. You can take a little bit of a sigh of relief and say, right, okay, let's set this up if we don't hit it. Leave something I like. That's 40, so 104. He's taking his time.
60.
So 84, that's not bad. But look at Frosty. Big shot here puts him under huge pressure.
It's got one treble.
100.
It's only one.
Stefan Uruguay, 84.
Stoyke should get at least one more match dart. He has missed 4. But he should get at least one at the bullseye. He may go for the bull to start off with. Some players have with 84. Oh, well, he's gone treble 16 route.
68 left. Got to go 18 bull. Don't get greedy. and finish it on the bull. Why not? Well, he's a soft hit player.
49.
Usually good at the bull. Not on this occasion. So that's another match dart that's gone. But Frosty to stay in it again. Treble 19 or 15. Got to rely on misses again.
47.
It's already happened in this match.
35.
He's got to go 3.
Well, it could have been kinder if you're going to miss the bull entirely, but he does get 2 at double 16. He's been good on double 16 in this match. Can he close it out? Oh, no, he can't.
19.
He's gone next door.
Mark, you require 54.
It's not even that close.
All right, Frosty, how's your luck? How's your double top? It's a lovely guide. It couldn't be better.
34.
But he couldn't take advantage of it. He had a chance to bring it to 5-4 and load that pressure on Stefan Stoyke. But now with 3 darts in his hand, a double 8, 2 left. Now he can't finish it.
No
And
score.
throws the last one away to bust it in frustration.
Mark, you require 20.
The first one was high. He didn't adjust. He just came in. And Mark Frost is going to make him pay here. It is 5-4.
Mark Frost.
He's got another leg back. And Mark Frost may
10th
be
leg,
about
Mark to throw first.
to drag himself
Game
into
on.
the second round against a man who was just kind of disintegrated before our eyes.
I think mentally he really is. He's shaking his head behind Frosty. Frosty's just getting on with it.
55.
This is almost like what Michael Smith was doing in Vienna. He was surviving.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even sure if it
140.
matters at the moment what Stefan Stoyke does in the first 4 visits to the board, because I get the feeling that he's going to give Frosty chances to work his way down to a finish anyway. He's been so far away on some of his doubles.
47.
The ball was nowhere near. The double 16s were nowhere near. The double 8s, he was in the 11.
But his doubles at the early part of the game were fantastic.
Flawless.
Absolutely brilliant.
If ever
85.
there was a game to illustrate how white line fever can affect your performance,
60.
this is it.
But he's scoring all right in this leg so far, and the pressure's on him. It just seems when he gets right next to the line, it seems not to be the most comfortable thing for him to do.
60.
But what he's got to do now is he's got to look at the board and say, I'm still in front.
Yeah.
Everything that's happened before this doesn't matter anymore. You can still win this match.
93.
Very difficult thing to do, but he has stolen the darts in this leg. Can he ignore everything that has gone before? Put it out of his mind and just close this out
45.
just a 45, and it's another frustrating visit for Stoyke. But to be honest, Frosty's had some real loose starts in this leg.
42.
And that was a loose visit. It was a real chance to get himself on a 3-dart finish, possibly a 2-dart finish. But now Stoyke thinking about every dart. There's not really a
55.
rhythm to his throw anymore like there was earlier in the match. And I think Frosty's got 6 darts from 204. I can't see Stoyke hitting this 116.
100.
But if he does,
Stefan, you require 160.
it'll be a big sigh of relief.
It'll be huge. Oh, what a dart. Now, 56 left. You would think, oh, well, is he staying up there for 20 double 18? That's the route. Stoyke for the match.
98.
How many darts is that now?
11 match darts missed by the German for his first ever win on the European Tour. Mark Frost to stay alive gets the treble. Look at this double 12 for 5-all and deciding leg.
80.
He
Stefan,
asks
you require
Stoyke
18.
again to give him another chance.
Straight
Will he
in.
oblige?
No thinking.
Oh,
He's hit a 15.
Oh my word. He's left 1 double 1.
I thought he was going to go straight for double 9. I like the option of going for 2 double 8. I really do. But you've got to hit the single. Maybe this is the way it's meant to be. Double 1. Not
No
to
score.
be. He's back to where he started.
You require
Frosty,
24.
can you believe this? Double 12. And we're going all the way. It's open. It's not a bad guide.
Oh,
But he hasn't hit it.
No score.
4 darts to
Stefan,
take
you
us to a
require
decider.
80.
Stefan Stoyke, which way does he go now? Straight at double 9? He does, and he
Shot.
hits it.
And the
Finally,
man, Stefan
Stefan Stoyke falls over the line in one of the most ridiculous games in Euro Tour history. He was 5-0 up and cruising, finishing like it was Michael van Gerwen. Then he fell apart completely. Somehow he has managed to book his place in round 2. And somehow he's finally won a game on the European Tour.
He finally has, and I think that's a big thing for him. We're going to hear from him now. He's going to talk to Elmar Polk, but now he's got that win, he'll probably play better now that he's got that win under his belt.
We'll be back in a moment. Dimitri Vandenberg and Jeffrey de Graaf could be a cracker. Stefan Stoyke, well, couldn't finish a leg.
Gratuliere dir.
You have to finish the interview.
Geschafft. Das war schwer hinten raus.
Ja, ich hatte das gestern bei der Quali auch schon. 5-1 Führung, kommt mein Gegner auf 5-5 ran, macht das 6-5 und dann im Boardfinale nochmal das gleiche für 5-1. Lass ihn auch nochmal auf 5-3 reinkommen, also wie weg. Und lass die Gegner mal so weit rankommen. Ich führe eigentlich sicher, ich brauche das Ding nur zumachen, aber...
Ja, erstaunlich vor allem deshalb, weil du anfangs auf Doppel unglaublich gut und konstant warst.
Genau, und dann auf einmal wie weggefegt. Also das gibt's gar nicht.
Was passiert dann bei dir? Denkst du zu viel drüber nach oder?
Gar nicht, also überhaupt nicht. Eigentlich spiele ich normal weiter, denke auch nicht drüber nach. Aber natürlich irgendwann so bei 5-3, 5-4, da fängst du natürlich wirklich an zu sagen, oh mein Gott, jetzt mal wieder ein Doppel wäre schon schön. Aber rein zwingen kannst du sie ja nicht. Das ist ja das Problem. Wenn sie wirklich, die saßen ja nicht weit weg, die saßen Draht. Was willst du da machen? Da machst du nichts. Das ist einfach so.
Erster Sieg, Hauptfeld European Tour. Ich gratuliere dir dazu. Wir sehen dich morgen wieder. Stefan Stoyke.